All right, gang, welcome back to our Luxury Tax Challenge here on Mecklenburg. It is March. March means it is time to mow our grass. Now, that's really the only major thing we have to do today. We're going to sell some more of the wood pallets as well, because we've got some more wood beam pallets that are ready to be sold. So we'll be doing that today as well, but the major thing is getting the grass mowed here, and we definitely want to get this done, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One, we are out of digestate, so we are not, at the time at least, at current, making any more digestate. And the problem with that is, well, quite frankly, the problem is we're not making liquid fertilizer. We're utilizing that skip lines, start with... No, I am not on the right thing. No wonder. No wonder. Here we go. Show lines on. We want... Nope. Thank you. Jumping all over the place there. Did it not save? Two show lines. Okay. I was going to say, why are we not seeing the lines? Now, this outside edge here, I'm going to go around it a couple of times here because I'm going to try to grab a little bit of this excess grass, as I like to call it, some of the outside grass there, the weeded up grass, just because, you know, we can, and it'll give us a little bit of extra, right? I mean, really, that's what we're going to be doing today, right? Getting the grass mowed, getting all the pallets put up, selling all of those, making us some good amount of money, and then taking this grass and really turning some of it into hay, but not much anymore. I think we have enough at this point of the TMR, but at least a little bit will go in there for TMR, and then the remainder of this will be turned into silage, which we can sell. And then that silage, as mentioned, will be turned into liquid. Well, the digestate from that silage will be turned into liquid fertilizer for our greenhouses, which we desperately need right now. We are very, very low on liquid fertilizer, and more than likely we are going to be out between now and the next episode, because I doubt we're going to be able to make a whole lot of digestate between the time we start here and the end of the episode, because, as I mentioned, all we have to do really is do this mowing and then sell those pallets, and we'll see what else we can get into. We might buy a few things, who knows, but we're mostly saving our money right now anyway for the windmill, right? So the odds are we're not going to have a whole lot. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the last episode that I probably should have is when we do buy this windmill, it is subject to 10%. So we're going to be putting a lot of money into that park. So the day whenever we do buy the windmill, really, we're going to probably need a lot of time to be able to spend $100,000 on the park. Now, more than likely, what that's going to end up involving is really finishing off all the fence work we're going to do, and probably putting down our ice cream parlor or ice cream factory, milk factory, whatever. That's more than likely where a lot of that money is going to be put into, is that. So, you know, we've got definitely some things we need to do to get there. Things we don't really or can't really do right now. But when that time comes, we do need to make sure that not only do we have $1 million+ for that windmill, but we also have another $100,000+ for the park. So that's going to be a very, very, very hefty investment there. And if I had to guess, that's going to probably get us pretty close to the completion of what we need to do for the park, or what I have envisioned for the park. But we'll see. You never know. I could be wrong on that. It really, I guess, depends on what what ice cream parlor or ice cream factory or milk factory or whatever, dairy factory, whatever you want to call it. I guess it really depends on which one we put down, right? How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Things are getting a little bit better here. I feel like a broken record, but, you know, I like to tell you how things are going. Work is back to its brutal self again. I've been on emergency bridge calls and all kinds of crazy stuff. At the time of this recording, it is Wednesday, and I'm actually kind of working right now. I'm just kind of waiting on a few people to finish some stuff. There's not really a whole lot I can do. It's nearly 7 o'clock right now at the time of this recording. But I'm already surpassed 33 hours already, and it's Wednesday. So I'm going to surpass 40 hours like it's nothing this week, which that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I normally do, but It's just been real busy, man. I mentioned that I think lately, as I thought I was finally starting to make some progress here and get some things ready to go and loaded up and have some more videos done. Maybe not necessarily edited, but done. And then that just went all to the wayside there for a little bit. So it just happens, right? That's life. It happens. So hopefully we get back in the groove here soon, though. Hopefully. And hopefully you're all having a better period of time right now than I am with the back and forth that work has brought itself. Now, we are getting, it's actually crazy to say this, we are getting close to, the winter months here. We're getting close to the holiday season here already, which is insane to me. When that happens, work should, I'm using air quotes, you can't see it, should slow down a bit. It still would be busy, but it should slow down a bit in regard to client harassment, right? Which is what's really going on right now. Client has an issue and they're going to harass you until that issue is fixed all night long, right? So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. So it's to be expected, though, right? But at the same time, it cuts into my night to be able to do any kind of videos for all of you, right? And quite frankly, I would much prefer to do that than my real job, right? This is a lot more enjoyable than doing my real job. Getting yelled at and all the other stuff that happens with your normal work, right? Especially when things aren't going right. But anyway, I digress. So we're going to get the rest of this field mowed, and then we're going to get it all baled up, and hopefully we won't have the issue like we do right now where our baler is kind of in a glitched, stuck pattern where the bales won't unload. Hopefully we'll be able to get all of those unloaded so we can actually fold that up, because I would prefer, obviously, to have that thing folded up and not in the situation it's in, because it is taking up a lot of space. So, we will see. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I probably will, well, I don't even say probably. I more than likely will turn on the menu there just to make sure that everything goes to plan here, and we are getting off our line here, and once again we are. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. There we go. Finally, thank you. And yeah, other than that, everything else looks pretty good as far as the everything goes, as far as our fields go. Well, they're as good a state as they can be in. So yeah. What else? I don't think I have a whole lot else to talk about today. I'm surprised I was actually even in the mood to do a video, if I'm honest with you. Sometimes, when you have those kind of situations like I've been having here lately with work again, you don't really feel like doing a video, right? You just might want to feel like just hanging out the rest of the night and not doing anything. But yeah, I was kind of in the mood to do it. Mostly in the mood because it can be relaxing. Sometimes it's stressful, for sure, even in this, but it may sound crazy, but it is sometimes when you're trying to think of things to do, right? Keep things new and fresh, but today we're really not going to have anything new or fresh. It's just a matter of playing the game, which is already enjoyable to me, so. Anyway, I've rambled on for quite a while here, long enough, I guess. Let's get the grass field done here. We'll see where we get to. I might get it all baled up too, and then we'll see where we're at after that. All right, we could chalk that up once again to OBS not starting the recording for me, so that was wonderful. But you didn't really miss all that much. I did a little bit over here on the sides, but other than that, you pretty much got to see the majority of doing all the baling. Now, we've got to pick up all these bales with the auto load trailer, which we'll make short work of that. That won't be a big problem at all. But before we do, we're going to see if we can actually unload these bales the proper way here, hopefully. All right, so unload baler. And there they go. I don't know. It must have just been glitched, because that's exactly what I did last time. So, who knows? But I guess it's working now, so I guess I really can't complain too much, right? All right, we'll turn that back off. We'll bring this back and go park it somewhere over in that vicinity. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to end up putting this. This is kind of hard to back in, as we saw in the past. But at least it's not taking up as much space as it was before, right? So yeah, I don't really know where I'm going to put this, if I'm honest with you. I think for the time being, since we're not really doing anything with these trees yet, and this path over here in between the trees is kind of a bit pointless right now, I think I'm going to put it right here for the time being. Kind of be its makeshift home here. Perfect. Okay. So that's done. We just got to hook up into the trailer here, and then we can pick up the bales, and we'll get started. Now, the first load of bales are going to go straight to the silage. And then we'll kind of see how many we have left, and then some of those will probably go to be turned into hay, but probably not all of them. As I mentioned, we're not really at a stage where we are dire for hay. We've got kind of plenty of TMR going here. We do probably need to do a little bit of a top off there for the cows, but otherwise they're fine. They're not in any harm of any sort yet. Still only 5 of them. They have not started to reproduce yet, but their health is getting much better as we move along. Does take them a while to get to that point, but yeah, they're relatively in okay shape, I guess is how I should put it. So let's start over here. Okay. No, not going to pick them up. Okay, there it goes, maybe, hopefully. There we go. I don't know what was going on. I had to reset it a couple of times before it actually registered that we're supposed to be picking the bales up. Anyway. So we'll pick these bales up. Like I said, we'll drop them off, and then we're going to go sell the wood beam pallets, which will make us some good money. I just destroyed those bales, which will make us some good money. Hopefully, when we sell those bales, we'll be really close to $1 million. We won't get there today, I don't think, but we should be close. So by the time the next episode comes around, we probably will be at the point where we can buy the windmill. It'll just be a matter of if we have enough money to do the 10% that we have to put in to the park, right? Which may or may not be the case. All right, we can grab a few more. I think this is going to be perfect. I think we're going to have about 3 bales or so that we can put in for hay. And then the remainder, yeah, 3 bales exactly, can be put in for hay, and then all of this can go into the silage so we can make some more digestate out of it. Okay, we are back here. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can actually see what we're doing here. And then, you know what, I'm going to back it up just a little bit more. We'll drop them off, hopefully, right there. Perfect. All right, so it should start accepting that immediately. It did. And we're underway. Silage and grass underway. We still have the silage on selling for the time being. I don't think we need to change that. As you can see, we've got plenty of TMR in there at current. Next time we mow the grass, we probably will store a little bit of the silage so we can just make sure we keep that TMR kind of at max. But for right now, 200,000 liters of it, we're not going to utilize anything near that for quite a while. Like I said, 5 cows, really not a concern right now. Not a concern at all. So what is kind of a bit of a concern is what we've talked about, though. Soon, we're going to need to buy a drill for the rice, and then shortly after that, we'll need to buy the harvester for the rice. Now, Once again, just I know I've said this before, but I'll just reiterate it in case you happen to miss an episode. I know a couple people said, why don't you just do the long grain rice? That way you don't have to worry about buying the rice drill and the rice-specific harvester. You're right, I could do that. We have done long grain rice in the past. I've only done long grain rice once, and I've only done regular rice once. So really, I could pick either one. And the other one, probably from a perspective of money savings, makes a lot more sense. But I want to do regular rice. Don't know why, I just do. So that's what we're going to do. I kind of talked about that when we first put that rice field down, and that's what I'm going to kind of stick to. So now it is March, so we can drill some things. I don't think rice is until next month. That is correct, next month, or even the month after that. We don't even necessarily have to do it next month. We can do it in May as well, which we might end up doing May, actually. We'll see. Could change my mind when the next month comes. I guess it really depends on if we're going to buy the windmill or not. If we're going to buy the windmill next month, which we may or may not, then we probably will hold off on doing the rice. If we're not going to buy the windmill next month, then we probably will do the rice, having a full understanding that it will take away a little bit of the money because we have to buy the drill, right? But that's okay. That's all right. It's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal, I guess is how I should put it. Okay, perfect. It is in there. Let's just make sure that that is working as we want. And let's see. Grass hay storing. And it is on. Perfect. Yep, we're good. All right, good. So that'll continue to make some hay for us, and we can continue that process there of the TMR as needed. Now, I've talked about this area for a while. I didn't really want to get rid of this. The more I see it, I'm more kind of leaning towards potentially getting rid of it. But, again, for right now, I'm not going to. Although I'd like to, I'm not going to right now. I'm still kind of up in the air about removing that. I really do like the way it looks. So I'm not positive I want to do it, and I'm kind of feeling like I might regret it later on if I do it. So for the time being, it's just going to stay as it is, and we'll continue to progress, and we'll see, right? We'll see. Okay, so let's move this trailer over here and get it set or staged to be able to stack these pallets up on it. And as you saw recently, things have not gone as well for me with the stacking here, so hopefully I do a little bit of a better job this time. Let's not hold our breath here, but let's hope. Now, I would suspect a couple of other pallets have actually spawned as well in the process of us doing all that mowing and picking up those bales. I could be wrong, but I suspect that has happened. Don't remember. I think maybe one more pallet has spawned, so we've got quite a few here we're going to be stacking up. And there's 3 on top of each other now, which is fantastic. Normally I think it's just about 2 that we're dealing with. This thing is very, very touchy. It's more touchy than the Massey Ferguson, the MF that we're utilizing in the Vintage Survival series. I don't think I really need to get them this close. I don't know why I'm trying to get them so close. I feel like we're still in the Vintage Survival series where I've got to be very precise with it because I only have so much room. This trailer is huge, so I really have plenty of room here. I'm just going to kind of throw them up there. And if we have to make another trip, we got to make another trip. It's not like we're going that far. It's not like I have to drive, an arm and a leg, well, like miles away, like we do in the Vintage Survival series. This one, we're just selling them right at our little sell point, which is right here. So it really doesn't make that big of a difference if I have to make a couple of trips. Nope. Nope. Yeah, quite a few spawning there. Quite a few. A lot more than I anticipated, actually. This actually might get us further along than I was... Ooh. Can you please zoom out the camera so I can... Oh my god. Can you please zoom out the camera so I can see what I'm doing? Please. Thank you. Now I know for a fact that I'm not running into that pallet. There's other pallets, I guess how I should put it. We're going to have to do another trip. There's no way. Still like the texture we put on the ground here. I still think it looks good. You know, like this area where we've been working in. We're working in this area a lot more than other areas, so obviously this area would be a little bit dirtier. Well, I should have saw that. I should have saw that coming. Well, that went well. Just spawn another one on top of the ones that are on the ground. Wonderful. Thank you for that. This thing is, I'm telling you, I'm having way more difficulty with this thing than I do with that little MF. That little MF in the Venture Survival series. It's like clockwork. It's like butter. Do I have issues with it? Absolutely, 100% I do. But is it anything like this? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, look at this. They just keep spawning and causing more mayhem for me. I know somebody in the comments is probably already yelling about how bad I am at this, and you're right, I am. I've said that many times. I've never once told you guys that I'm good at stacking pallets, or bales for that matter. I think I'm better at pallets than I am bales, but this isn't really doing myself any justice here. You know what? Just bear with me. We're gonna utilize it this way. Just bear with me for a minute. They spawned on top of each other. It was never going to get fixed. Cows are mooing at me. They're laughing at me, just like everyone else in the comments. That's all good fun. It's all fun, man. It's all good fun. Like I said, work has been brutal, so it could be worse, right? It could be worse. I'd much rather have a terrible day stacking pallets and bales than a normal day of work. Ended up having to jump back on in the middle of this recording. Like I said, I started recording it and then I had to stop, and now it's 10:30 at night, and I'm trying to finish this up. So I've been up since not super late for some people. Like if you're in the farming industry, it's not late at all. But I've been up and working since well, quite frankly, I've been up and working since 7:15 this morning. And now it's 10:30 and I'm starting to record this. Really record this, I guess is how I should put it. Alright, this is probably going to be a mistake. But we're going to try to stack this on top of here. We're going to try to get all of this in one go. I need to get very, very close to this side, though, without getting too close to hit or cause any issues here. Be very careful about raising this up. And there it goes. And there it goes. Well, we had it for a minute, gang. We did have it for a minute. Okay, it's like glitched in there or something. There we go. It's embarrassing, but I don't think anybody would say, well, maybe some people are. But I was going to say, I don't think many people in this game would say that they're good at stacking stuff, right? I would argue most people would say, no, I'm not good at stacking stuff. Most people probably just utilize what I used there a little bit, right? With the, I guess some people call it super strength. You know, in my eyes, we don't have super strength on console, right? So I'm not able to do like pick up trees, big massive trees with my hand, anything like that. I can't do any of that. So in my eyes, it's not. All right, you know what we're gonna do here? Here's what we're gonna do. As long as I don't get smacked in the face there. Since I didn't strap that down. We're going to strap that down first, and then we're going to try this again. Stay. Whew. Can't believe that stayed. Okay, so we got 3 more. I'm going to try to put them on the back here. It's probably going to be a disaster too, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Oh, boy. Well, that went about as good as you would expect it to go. Literally ran into a very small, tiny corner on the trailer, and that caused everything to fall off. It's so touchy, as you just saw. I mean, I was just barely trying to touch that to lift it up, and it went flying up in the air. No, don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay, I think we got it. I hope we got it, but I think we do have it. I really do. I think we have it. Let's park this up and we'll go sell these. Now, if I had to guess, truly, with that many pallets on there, that's a lot. It's a lot of pallets. 22,000 liters. I mean, it's not the best time to sell them right now, but, you know, it doesn't really fluctuate all that much. I think we're going to be at like 960. That's what I think. I might be completely wrong in that statement, but that's what I believe. 960 is what I'm aiming for here. We went way past that. We're at $1,040,019. That is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, gang. That is amazing. That is such good money. That is such good money. We may be able to buy a windmill right now, but the problem is we have that 10% fee, right? So we really need another 100,000 plus. I can't remember what the amount was for that one windmill that we found. Remember that one windmill was a little bit cheaper than the other windmills. We're going to take a look at that here in just a second. But if you recall, there was a specific windmill that, for whatever reason, was cheaper than the other ones. And like I said, the only thing I can chalk it up to is it just doesn't have as much land on it. But it really, I mean, what are you going to do with the land around the windmill? I mean, maybe you could put some bees around it, but otherwise, like, what else are you going to put around there? Nothing, really, right? That's how I feel, at least. Nothing. Okay, so let's do a quick autosave here. We definitely don't want to lose all of that we just did. That was a bit of a struggle to get all of that done. Where was that windmill that was cheaper? 115, that's not it. 11. Here it is. $1,007,999. So we're close. By the next episode, we should have enough money to be able to buy one, which is going to be awesome, right? We're going to have such a massive income from that. And it's going to take a long time to get that $1 million back, but if you factor that into everything else we're already doing, that's just going to be a massive, massive increase in income for us, right? We are going to be living the dream, as I like to say. That is really, really going to help this series move along and actually make some headway here, some progress. For, I don't know, a handful of episodes or so, I feel like all we've been doing is, grass mowing and then moving on. Grass mowing, moving on. Grass mowing, moving on. Now, what we could look at doing that I didn't think about is any kind of contract stuff. Now, there's not going to really, I mean, there is, but we're not going to have enough time, to do contracts out here that are going to produce us $100,000, I guess is what I should try to say, right? We're not going to be able to do that. But, there are some contracts out there we could at least consider. But I think what we're going to probably end up doing is not doing those for this episode, but probably doing those in the next episode to help get a little bit of money coming back in right then and there. Immediate income, if you will. We certainly will have some 2 episodes from now if we do buy the windmill next episode, which is my goal. But we won't really have a whole lot of money next episode once we spend it all to do anything else, right? And we're going to need a little bit of money for that drill I just talked about. So, yeah. A bit of a shorter episode, gang, but we're going to actually leave the episode at that point. Actually, I don't think it was that short when you think of it in the grand scheme of how much time we spent, but yeah, we're going to leave the episode there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash the like and subscribe button in the case you have yet to do so. It helps me out an absolute ton if you do it, and it's completely free. Thanks to my members. Cannot thank you guys enough. There's a link down below if you're interested in that. Early access to videos like this one, among numerous other perks. There's also a Discord link down there, and a number of other things. You get access in that Discord. You get to see any kind of video I share on this channel or my second channel, which feel free to check that out. That's also down below if you want to check that out too. Other games, not Farming Simulator or simulation really in general related, mostly shooter type of games, Dynasty Warrior type of games, puzzle type of games, things like that. The hack and slash type of stuff, things of that nature. So if you're interested in that, feel free to give that a check. We are currently doing some Dynasty Warriors 4, going back and playing some Dynasty Warriors 4, among other games as they come across. But, yeah, having a lot of fun with that. But thanks so much for watching once again. Thanks for listening to my spiel and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.